Good afternoon, champs. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing good. All right, let's get quickly started with HTML5 and CSS3 for beginners. You're slowly and steadily moving to intermediate level now. And let's get started with part number 12. And let me give you the recap of what we have done so far. Right, we created JavaScript. Okay, now I'm at the wrong page. We created this JavaScript. Right, to submit to whatever we write, grab the text and display the text, and we were able to create canvas. And if you want to get rid of this text right here, for example, if I submit, it should not be there. What you can do, you can say, hey, after the text box, right, has value has been copied and pasted in the div. Now you can say back text box dot value. I want to empty my text box. So it is as simple as anything. You'll say text box is equal to empty, right? All right, so you can see now hello is displayed there, and it is gone from the text box after it is displayed, right? So you can do here. And basically we're not starting with the JavaScript, or we're not learning JavaScript. I showed you JavaScript so that we can understand what is happening, because we had to use document.getElementById in Canvas, right? And just to show you Canvas, I did that. See, right? Okay, now if I go back to canvas.html, now I told you a property of canvas that it breaks, right? If I zoom in, I can see it is breaking, right? Or if I do something like this, you can see it's getting blur, right? So that is why W3C, that is World Wide Web Consortium, they recommend us using SVG instead of canvas, right? So let us do canvas, and canvas will not require it doesn't require the knowledge of JavaScript also, right? So I'll get rid of this JavaScript and quickly move to canvas, right? So canvas ID is equal to my canvas, so not to canvas but to SVG. So now we'll go with SVG today, right after the canvas. So SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics, right? So let me draw a scalable vector graphic. So I can say SVG, it's a new feature of HTML5. I'll say SVG height is equivalent to, let's say 100, and width is equivalent to 100, and let me give it a style. Let's say in style we can give it border, right, 1 pixel solid. You can do it in CSS file as well, right? I can give red, right, so that it is visible, just to see the boundaries of the SVG. And as I said, SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics. Now, as the name suggests, it's scalable. Now you can see, just like canvas, you've drawn SVG right here, right? And now if you want to draw something, so now you'll go inside this SVG and start drawing something. For example, I need to draw let's say about a rectangle, so I'll go with a rectangle, or let me say circle. So I will say circle, and I'll close this, right? If I refresh, nothing is going to come, right, because we have to give properties to circle, right? So I will say CX. I'll make you understand each and everything, right? It's basically x-axis. Circle on x-axis, I want it to be 50, and circle on y-axis, I want it to be 50, right? And the stroke, right, I want, or we can say the radius of the circle. I'll say radius is equivalent to let's say about radius is 40 pixels, right? And stroke means the border of the circle is going to be green. So this is the stroke. All right, so now let me see. Now you can see you've drawn a circle right here. All right, so let me increase it a bit so that we can understand it using we can understand it in a very, very good way, right? Okay, let me increase it to 500 pixels, and the height is 500 pixels. Now you can see you have a bigger canvas, so maybe height is 300 pixels, who knows? Right, so now you have to draw canvas here, and let's say the radius of the canvas is 100 pixels. Alright, and now you can see that it's coming here. So I'll have to give on x-axis, will you please move 150 pixels. Now it has moved, right? So this is x, how much do you want circle to move on x-axis, and for y-axis I'll also move it on. Now this is y-axis and this is x-axis. Height means y-axis and margin from width means y-axis, right? Now you can see if you want the circle to be in the center, so I can even say 250 pixels, or maybe 250 is going to be too much on the height side. 150 is well and it's balanced, so let's go with 200, or maybe let's go with 250 pixels. Yeah, now you can see you have been able to draw a circle. So let me give this circle some other color. Let's say red color is going to be the circle, and it's the border red. And let me not fill it, right? So what is the fill? Fill is equal to white. So I'm filling the color, which is the center color, right? You can see I've been able to draw this circle. So let me have this fill color as red and see whether we are able to. And let me increase the fill width, stroke. So I can say stroke width, which is the width of the border. So I'll say 4 pixels, right? So it is border. So you can see the border has increased. Now see the resolution here, scalable vector graphics. Even if you zoom in, now you can clearly see the edges. It's not faded. It's not blur, right? It has not blurred it, right? And the reason for this is that it is scalable. As the name itself suggests, it's scalable vector graphics, right? So it is not going to break, neither blur. So what is the difference between canvas and SVG? Now canvas is resolution dependent and SVG is not resolution dependent, right? So can the canvas support event handlers? No, canvas does not support event handlers, right? Maybe you have to click and something should happen, but SVG supports event handlers. And canvas has very poor rendering capabilities of text, right? And SVG is supported for large renderings, like you can use Google Maps for rendering, right? So it's best suited for applications with large rendering areas. So rendering is well supported in SVG, right? And in canvas you can have the image resulting as PNG or JPG, right? So if I click, right, so you can see here there's no image, right? So here basically what it happens, slow rendering is there, right? But it uses a lot of DOM, right? And SVG is not suited for game applications. Why? Because high resolution, and canvas has a option here, so it has an advantage of being suited for graphical intensive game. So gaming, yes, in canvas, but SVG is more for graphics, right? So this is where we have been able to draw this circle. So you have to just call the radius and the circle is drawn. You can create many different things. We just started, we'll be able to know different things, and we'll see different things while we proceed and carry on with the concurrent classes, right? And it's not that you're going to learn everything at the go or at same time or now. Alright, so it is, the journey is quite big, so we just started the journey. Alright, now, so if I go back and show you, okay, let me go back to the main page now. Now, let's say so we have seen details tab as well. Now, for example, I want a video, alright, let me go to this area, which is the aside. So, I want to attach a video here, alright, or let's not go with video, let's go with audio, right? And for that, we use audio controls. So this is audio, and I use audio controls, right? So I can use it like this, or I can use it like this. So the moment I use, now you can see that audio control is visible here. It has volume, it has the navigation of, or we can say timings of the audio, so it has both. Now audio controls is not going to give you everything that you require, right? So it may require source first of all. So what is the source, right? I need to give the source, so I can say source src is equal to, so let me browse. I have this mp3 file here, so I'll give the reference of this mp3 file, so you can give reference of any other mp3 file that you have inside your computer, right? And you can give online reference as well if you want to give online reference of any MP3 song or any MP3. So it can take online references as well. All right, and okay, let me see some different things right here in audio. Now I have given the reference. I'll go on and refresh. Now I can play now because it's found. You see, this is volume. This is volume for you, and this is the area. All right. You can rewind. You can forward. I can pause. I can play back. Okay, I can pause it, right? After that, this is your audio controls. Like it's a real fun having your audio controls inside your web page, right? HTML5 gives us power. Believe me, it's not possible in XHTML. Right, HTML5 is complete transformation of HTML from XHTML to HTML5 is like we have everything that we don't have in XHTML, right? So it's a fun, right? And you can add as many. For example, if you have a list here, you can click. You can have a list and you can create an event handler. If I play this song, click on this song, the song is played, and then you can grab document.getElement by ID in JavaScript and then make sure that you're playing the same song. All right, and now what are the formats which are accepted? So that's very, very important for you to know. The formats which are accepted are file formats, right? So which are really acceptable, right, in HTML file, right? Audio, we're talking of audio, right? And audio file formats which are acceptable are MP3, right? So we have seen MP3, and second format that is acceptable is OGG, and third format which is acceptable, right, is WAV. So these three formats are supported by audio tag, right, or we can say audio slash MP3, audio slash OOG, and audio slash WAV. So now what about video, right? If it's audio, what about video? Yeah, we have the sidebar. Let's utilize the sidebar up to the maximum possible extent under us. So I'll create 2 BRs, or rather than 2 BRs, I'll just hit 1 BR and go with a paragraph in here, right? And now I want to play a video, right? And now if you want to play a video, I can say H1 here, right? So it is video, VIDEO, video tag. So I can go with video tag in here, and for that I have to use video tag, and that's it. Go and use video tag. The moment I use video tag, if I go back to the site, right, you can see nothing is coming. But yeah, why would anything happen? Because you have not given a reference of anything, right? Okay, I'll give the source. So SOU and I'll have to find it first. Let me see. I have somewhere. So this is my HTML website folder, and I can go to videos, and I have this debut. Okay, let me copy this file, or I can give the full reference, but yeah, since it's better to copy them in the website, all right, so it's going to be much better for us. So this is, I'll go and make a new folder, so that is VIDEOS videos, and I can have this video right here, right, and I can name it Python class. So this is my Python class, right, and now I can create the reference of this video file right here. So now let me copy the name, close it down. So this is my videos, and now go to source, and source takes src tag, and I'll go to videos and use this Python class.avi. I don't know whether AVI is ported or not. It's basically MP4 which is ported. Let me see that. So type is equal to VIDEO video, VIDEO video dash, it is AVI, all right. Okay, let me see whether it comes or not. I'm not sure. Okay, we are here. It's not coming. I don't know. Maybe I haven't given width. I'll go with width. let's say about word width is equal to 300 pixels. Maybe it may come now. It's still not coming. Source is equivalent to video dot. It is Python class dot AVI. MP4 is now AVI is not supported, right? Let me pause and search for any MP4 here. Alright, now I changed it. I copied a new video, which is an MP4 video, because the video formats which are supported in HTML5 are, I'll just write it down here, video formats which are supported. MP4 is supported, right? Web M is supported, and again OGG is also a video format, which is video/OGG, and here it is audio/OGG. So these are three formats which are supported. So now I've changed videos, which is HCM.mp4, and I've given the type to video/mp4. Unless you give this type, you're not going to get it. Now I refresh. Now you can see the video has come right here. Okay, can you see this video? But it does not have any control, so it requires controls, right? So I can say you want controls. I'll say yeah, I want controls. So I'll go here and say controls is equal to, or you can only use controls to control it. Now you can see I'm having controls, right? So I'll go with play.
A big hello to all and welcome to Interface Technologies. Why big hello? Be it technology or be it anything else. And we're living in this world. We do business in this world. We have families.
So
we
now
earn
I
money,
can pause this right here. I can increase the volume here, or I can go full screen.
And we do every single thing and whatever is possible under us, right? So life can.
Okay. So now we have full screen, and we have other things, picture in picture. So you can see picture in picture is also there. Right, you can go ahead.
Be much broader, because the life that we are already living in is maybe a bit complicated or maybe a limited life. So it can be much broader. It can.
Right. So now we have done it, and if I want, for example, autoplay. So you can see that you go to sites and videos start autoplaying. So I can use AU autoplay. Now if you go, it will automatically start playing. When you go to the site, the video starts automatically playing, right? And you can even say autoplay, and you can say muted, unless you say muted, M-U-T-E-D. So you'll have to use muted, because once you autoplay, it has to be muted, right? So that you don't disturb anyone, right? So now it autoplays. You can clearly see that the video has started playing automatically. You can see it here, but yeah, it's muted automatically, right? So I go to the website, and now you can see the video has started playing automatically. Yeah, it's playing automatically, but yeah, it's muted. So that is what. And now if the video ends, what do you want? If you want to loop through the video, right? You say the video after the video ends should start back by itself. So I'll say loop, right? So this is controls. It will give you controls, right? And width, you know that, so I don't have to tell you what width does. Autoplay is going to be muted, so whenever you go to the site, it's going to start, but it's going to be muted initially. Loop means you loop through. When it ends, it is going to start back automatically, right? So now you can see the width has increased, right? Now one of the best properties is that, let me have 300 pixels is much better. Alright, now you can see that it has automatically started 2 seconds, 3, and it's muted, right? And if I end, for example, if I go to the end of the video, it's okay. If I go to the end of video, you can see there 27:15, it's going to start back again from the beginning. Now it has again started from the beginning, right? And media types, MP4, WebM, and OOG is completely supported, right, in HTML5, right? Okay, what else is there? SVG is done, HTML is done, video tag is done. That's much of the best thing, right? So let me move back to text effects in CSS3. Okay, for that I may require another article here. No, it's here. Okay, let's write another article. Or maybe do it with the first article itself. What are we doing here? Nothing. Quarantine. Okay, we can do it here. Quarantine And we are having quarantine, politicizing COVID-19, WHO General appealed for unity and something. The pneumonia of unknown causes detected in Wuhan, China was the first report. Okay, we can do text affecting right here. The CSS Text Effect is such term which is used to implement some extra features on normal text. Right? So CSS Text Effect is term which is used to implement some extra features on normal text. Okay, and now what are those features? So let me go back to quarantine, politicizing COVID-19, and now we have this P here. We can apply text affecting right here, which is article, header, and paragraph, right? And we have text shadow, we have word wrap, right? And there are many different properties of this. Or we can I'll show you it in different maybe file. All right, let me go ahead with this article header. So I'll go with article. So now we have article. Now I can search for article, and I can go and search for article. The moment I find article, so this is here. Inside section content we are having article, and inside article I'm having a paragraph tag. What I want text, or maybe only to h1, right? So I'll target only h1. Inside article I'm having h1. I'll target only that, and I'll say text dash shadow, right? I'll say text shadow. First I will say the you can say vertical, vertical shadow, and this is going to be the horizontal, right? And this is going to be the blur, and this is going to be the color. So if I say I want blue color shadow, right? What did I do? Padding fix because I'm going wrong. I had to do it here. Okay, fine. So now text shadow. Now you can clearly see text shadow coming right here. But it's, I know it's too much. The blur is too much. So I'll just try and decrease the blur to 2 pixels. Right? Okay, now maybe I'll have to horizontally decrease it. Yeah, now you can see if I now go back to my main, you can see that a bit of blur has come, alright? Or maybe I'll use 1 pixels from this side, and much better it is going to be using white. So if I use white, yeah, now you can see it's looking much better right here using white, right? And it is called as text shadow. You can clearly see it has a slight bit of a white shadow right here, or you can say color. You can either say color is equal to hash FFF, and you can give a black shadow. Now you can see shadow is going to be black, so it may look like engraved. Now you can clearly see. Now see how better it is looking, right? It's just looking emboss or something like that. Now if I go back and zoom it to normal, you can clearly see that we have been able to apply text effects here. I say this is the color, this is the you can say vertical alignment, horizontal alignment, and the blur. All right, so you can increase and decrease this, all right, depending on your likings. But yeah, for me 2 pixels looks better from both sides. Maybe 2 pixels is much better. You can see, right? So now even white is clearly visible for we people. So this is text shadow for you. Alright, so there are mainly 2 properties of CSS3 text effects which have been described as follows, which is text shadow and word wrap. Text shadow is used to create the shadow around the text. We can change the shadow, and we can change the color of the shadow, the horizontal and vertical length of the shadow. We can do that. And second is word wrap. It's used to break the continued text in another line. Alright, so this is how it happens. So I'll show you this in Canvas, another file. Now this is my Canvas file. I don't want any canvas here, so I'll delete this scalable vector graphics here. And for example, if I have a div here, so let's call this div. Let's not call it anything, so I'll just say div. And what I do here, I'll go with h1. So I'll say example for word wrap. Right, so this is going to be an example of word wrap. And let me create div id is equal to word wrap, and this is the word wrap. And let me create another div id is equal to no word wrap. So we have two divs. A div1 is going to take the word wrap, and div2 is not going to take the word wrap. So you can say I bet, right? So I can say this: I bet you can tell me this, right, thing, and you don't have to, you just have to type, or maybe go here. Okay, I'll say g, whatever. So now this is word wrap, and this is going to be without word wrap. Now if I go ahead and I check this, yeah, both are coming in the similar because we have not style. Let me go with inline styling because this is not for CSS, right? This is only to check word wrap, right? I'll say style type text/CSS, and then I close it down, and let me call both hashes. So hash no word wrap, which is the div where we don't want, where we want, and this is the div where we want no word wrap. We don't want word wrapping here. And here we want word wrapping. So let me quickly go and style this. So I'll say width. Both the divs are going to have width 150 pixels, right? So this is going to have 150 pixels, and this is going to have 150 pixels, right? So let me give it a border. So as a border, 1 pixels hash, or you can say red solid, right? Word wrap and no word wrap. Alright, so both are going to have the same property, right? Let me break them, because let me create some gap between them. So I'll create a paragraph here so that we are breaking them apart. Example of word wrap is going to take a BR. Alright, what is wrong here? Okay, 150 people. Why is it floating towards this side? I have no idea. Right, why is it floating towards this side? 100 and okay, 100% width. Yeah, I don't have any idea why is it happening. Let me do this. Okay, let me do this. I'll go 150 pixels, and I can say display. So I'll say display. It's a display block. Right, there's nothing happening here. I'll say display block, and I can use display block here. Alright, so now what are we doing here? We have two divs, right, and let me create zoom in. Yeah, it's going outside it. Right, so maybe we are doing something wrong here in canvas. This is body and this is div, and this is, let's not have div here, let's have complete h1. So example of word wrap, and then we say br, then we have another div, then we have a paragraph, then we have another div. I don't know, maybe I'll have to delete some history. I have no idea of what is happening here. Let me get rid of my cache, perhaps this may help. Right, okay, now since the cache is deleted and still nothing is happening, why is it coming in the center? As I said, I have no idea what is happening. So let me type it from the beginning. For example, we have this div and we have this div only, right, and I can get rid of this as well, Right, so we have two divs and we don't have any other div as yet, right? Let me go ahead and say border is there, 1 pixels red and solid, and text is good. But I wonder why is it coming? Okay, let me say float left here. So is it going to take the property float left? Yeah. Okay, so let me have some text in here, right? So some text is here and some text is here. So all right, so both are doing the same. One is going to float left, another is going to float right. Okay, but yeah, maybe they're directly in the body. So let me have, okay, let me do it like this. So let me have a div id wrapp wrapper, right? And I'll go to wrapper and I'll style this wrapper. So I'll say hash wrapper, right? Width 100% or 80%. So minimum height. So I'll say minimum height is going to be 500 pixels. Background is going to be hash FFF F5 F5 F5, and I'll say margin is going to be auto. So let me see this. Yeah, now we have this div coming right here. So let me go ahead and paste these divs here, right? Node wrap and word wrap. Now we have both the divs. I know I knew it that something was wrong here. Alright, so let me go and style it. Okay, there's some problem with the styling, I suppose, right? Okay, so now let me take this away and let me take it away. So now let's go ahead. Yeah, now you can see both are here. I don't know what happened earlier. Why weren't they coming? So in between them I am going to use a paragraph so that there's some kind of difference. Right, so I will say second. Alright, so this is the first, this is the second. Now you can see they are moving outside the div right here. Right, you can see this is moving outside div and it breaks here. The line breaks here, the line breaks here. It should break. Now if I create a bit of zoom here, right, now you can clearly see that this is going outside the div because it has taken the area available. This is first and this is second. So now let me go to another div which is word wrap. Now I do something here, so I will say word dash wrap. So I'm going to apply word wrap as break word. Now, right, so wherever you have to wrap it up, you break it up. Right, now you can see it's automatically getting adjusted. Right, so this is without word wrap and this is with word wrap, and because we have not given any height is going to be automatically adjusted. It doesn't matter how much you move and how much you increase the unbreakable text. So now you can see this it's going to take the height automatically, right? So this is word wrap, or you can say padding 10 pixels so that it is visible. Now you can see a visible word wrap and this without word wraps. It's a very good property. Only matter of fact is all the properties are better, but a professional is who uses all those properties and on a proper time. All right. Okay, let me get started with fonts now. Let's say about, for example, if I want any fonts, I'll go to fonts.google GOOGLE, that is fonts.google.com, I suppose. Yeah, it's fonts, google.fonts.com, or maybe fonts.google.com, who knows. Yeah, so the moment it opens, or I can download a font here. So I can go to, so we have this dafont.com, another site here. Right, okay, I don't want any filters. fonts.google.com directly. Okay, and yeah, we have this font here, show available and variable fonts, and any font that you want to use is, even if you want to use this Hindi font, you can use it, right? Urdu font, you can use it. Arabic font, you can use easily any font available. And this is the font. For example, this is something that I'll tell you after this. Now, for example, if I have to use this Google font right here, so you can see how many fonts do we have. All right, I'll say okay. Variable. Okay, now for example, I want to use this OSWLD. It's my favorite font. For example, I want to use this. I'll click this font. All right, and you can see this is the font. Right, and if I want to use this font, right, so this is the license. You can download the font family right here. So now you can see that it's already downloaded. So now, since it's downloaded, I will open this file. Right, so now we have this TTF file right here. I'll go to my website, which is supposed to be my HTML website. I'll create a new folder in here, and I call this as fonts, right? So I have created a new folder, and I name it fonts, and I'll extract the font in here that I have just downloaded. Right, so now I have downloaded this font. Right, and for example, I have downloaded another font from here, which is dafont.com. So for example, I want to use this font, right? So I'll say download. Right, so I downloaded. Oh, it's 2.3 MB. So let it download. So by the time it downloads, I will start using this one. And for that, I will go back to my main page, which is index.html. All right, so for example, I want to use the font here, maybe from this side, right, underneath the video, right? So now we have this video here. All right, okay, I'll go underneath the video and I can have P, right, and I can call this, I'll give this ID my font 1, right, and I'll give this another P. I give this ID as my font 2. So now we have 2 paragraphs, right, and this is my paragraph, and here I test my, which font is that I downloaded yet? So OS, that is OSWALD. Right, so here I will test, this is my paragraph, and here I test my OSWLD font, right, and this is my, I will write FIRST, first, this is first. Alright, so now let's go to 2. This is my second, maybe, this is my second paragraph, and here I test my. So now we have 2 IDs, my font 1 and my font 2. I'll immediately go to CSS, right, and I'll say hash my font 1 is going to use a custom font, and my font 2 is also going to use a custom font, right? Now for that, I'll have to define all the custom fonts. So it's still getting downloaded. By the time it gets downloaded, I will define the font that I have to use. I'll go on top of everything right here. Alright, and I will define my font here. So I'll say at the rate of, now you can see, at the rate of font dash face, right? So here I define my font and call it whatever you want to call it. So for example, in our case, the font family is, right, you can call it anything. This is the variable name that we have to give here. Right, at the rate of font face is going to define a query. Let's call it OS. Let's call it OSAW, whatever it was, OSWALD. OSWALD. So this is the name given. So I'll terminate it, and I will say source. Now I have to go for the source, and I will go for the source, which is inside fonts, and I have this. Go to fonts directory, and I have this TTF file, which is OSWALD variable font, right? So now I have used font, right? So now this is my font, and this is my font. Okay, and now I have to use the font that is OSWALD, or I can say it's something, right? It's not necessary OSWALD. So now I have defined this URL is defined as a font face as something. This is just an alias you're giving, right? So I'll go to my font 1 and I will say font dash family is going to be something, right? Now let's see if it works. I'll carry on, and guess what? Nothing is coming. Right? So because I forgot to save, maybe. No, I forgot to save my HTML right here. Yeah, it's not saved. So let me go and try. Now you can clearly see. Okay, so I'll just have to zoom in so you can see this is my first paragraph, and here I test my OSWLD font. You can clearly see the difference between this and this. So here we have been able to use the OSWALD font. Or let me have a break line so that we understand this font in a very better way. Like I said, this is my first paragraph, and here I test my OSWALD font, right? So this thing is done. Now we have to define another font. For that, till the time it gets downloaded, we'll not waste time. I will define another font face as something funny, right? And I will go to my font to, I'll say font family is equal to something funny. All right, so because we are defining something funny here, and here we are going to define the URL of the same. Only when it downloads, right, will I be able to match it up. Or you can even if I go to Google, I can even copy the URL without even copying the font. We can use it directly from Google as well if I want to use it, right? Yeah, you can see this font is very good, right? And let me go back. Almost before we knew it. Okay, fine. What time is it? So we still have, okay, it's already 42. So let me finish it up with fonts, right? And then we'll go with animations tomorrow, inshallah. We'll be learning animations and transitions. Both are very good. Animations and transitions, I love both of them, right? All right. Fine, so now only 1 MB remaining. So let it download, and I'll go back to my site and show you the difference. Is it playing? Yeah, it's still playing. You see, because we have this autoplay feature on. What am I saying here?
Because we all hustle to go big, earn big, and make big name for the organizations that.
Sorry, no time, because the font has downloaded now. Now I'll just do the same right here. But yeah, being a professional, do not try and have more than one font in a particular website. A single website may not be able to, should not have more than one font family, right? Sizes can differ, but family you cannot afford to have, right? Otherwise it's going to be something funny. But since it is funny, because the name of the font is funny, so it is funny. So this is TTF file, so we have it here, BENTAHO. So now this is the font that we are using here, and go ahead and refresh it and get happy that nothing has happened. Maybe we have not used TTF file. Yeah, just TTF is here. No, it's not TTF. Why? What happened to you? Why are you using? Yeah, this is the TTF file. Yeah, now it is going to use something funny. I go to the paragraph and say that font family is something funny, and I go and see something funny happening. Right? Why isn't it happening? Maybe I'll have to use both the fonts here. Something funny. Yeah. Okay, we have this TTL file. So font family is something funny. And we have used both, and maybe I have to define more than one thing here. Alright, so let me go back to the site and see. Alright, what is this? Maybe I'll have to use both. No. How can I use both? Alright, so the TJ file is already there. Why isn't it not coming? It should come. Maybe it's because of cache or something. Or maybe second paragraph is not having it. Who knows what is happening here? No idea. Okay, so let me go. No, what is this? My font 2. Okay, so PID is equal to my font 2. Right, that's absolutely fine. If I go to CSS now and say hash my font 2 is going to have font family as something funny. So why doesn't it come? Yeah, it has come, right? I forgot to save it maybe. Now you can say that now something funny has come. This is my second paragraph, and here I test my OSWAD font, not OSWLAD font. What was the font name? I tend to forget the font name. It is Bantho. Right, so I'll just take it here and say I test my Bantho form. Right, so this is the Bantho and it's OSAWLD. Coming back to the normal, you can go. You can even tell the size you want. You can increase the font size if you want. Now this is it for the class, right? I hope you practice. Be in sync with me. Complete today's assignment. Complete what I have shown you. Insert a video, play audio, text shadow, right? And font selection and defining font faces. And till then, I wish you all the best. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.